Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty in the Bookcase, and today I decided I wanted to teach you how to talk like Bad Bunny, baby, baby, yeah. Hoy salí con los muchachos a beber y dije que de ti no iba a hablar. Son las 5 y ya va a amanecer. Si no prenden la voy a llamar. Todavía yo te quiero, pero sé que es un error, porque ya tú no me quieres y sin ti me va mejor. Y si veo a tu mamá, yo le pregunto por ti, a ver si ya tienes a alguien que te haga feliz. So, if you don't know who Bad Bunny is, you probably live under a rock. But Bad Bunny is a trap slash reggaeton singer from Puerto Rico. He is one of the few artists who has managed to sort of make a transition from from the Latin American market into the American market while still singing in Spanish, which is pretty impressive. And his music is really full of slang that's very authentically Puerto Rican, I would say. So I'm sure, especially if you're an English speaker, you have no idea what he's saying. So I thought I would make a video where I talked about some of the very Puerto Rican slang that comes up in Bad Bunny's music and teach you guys how to sound like him. So basically what I did was I went through all of the songs and I picked out some words that I was like, I know what that means, but does the average Spanish or English speaker or whatever language you natively speak, would they know what it means? So without further ado, let's get started. So in the song Y si veo a tu mamá, Bad Bunny sings, ya que estoy arrebatado. And what does arrebatado mean? It's kind of like being fucked up, but like you're under the influence of something, if you know what I mean. So, you know, it's kind of like I'm so messed up over this breakup that, you know, I needed some less than legal substances to cope. Next time that you're all heartbroken and coping in your not so legal ways, you can say that you're arrebatado and everyone's gonna be like, wow, you sound like Bad Bunny. You're gonna be like, I know, that's the point. You don't have to sound so rude about it. Next word comes up in a lot of songs, but it's such like a Puerto Rican word. It's such a Puerto Rican insult is what I mean to say. And it's the word huele bicho, which literally translates to like dick sniffer. And it can also be mama bicho, which is like dick sucker. Anyway, it's in a few Bad Bunny songs. For example, in Quien Tú Eres and Por Siempre, his album Por Siempre, has a song that says, huele bicho, quien tú eres, dime socio, quien tú eres, pa' frontearme a mí, quien tú eres, habla claro, quien tú eres. And, you know, it's an insult just usually kind of like to tell someone off and to be like, I don't know, if you're a huele bicho, it's almost kind of like a more like explicit way to call somebody almost a mama's boy. That's kind of like the connotation that I would probably give to that word. So is it weird? Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I don't know why we all like as a country went like, yeah, dick sniffer, that's a normal insult. But, you know, we sure adopted it and it's very popular. And now, next time you're in traffic and somebody has the audacity to cut you off, instead of being like, oh, this jerk, you can be like, huele bicho, it's what you are. and sound like a punk. Also, I want to point out something that's going to happen a lot in this video, which is my voice in English is like a higher pitch, and I sound like, oh my god, I'm such a girl, oh my god, like I'm so basic. And then my voice in Spanish is like way lower. Y cuando yo hablo español, parece que voy a pelear contigo, pero yo no te estoy peleando, yo te estoy hablando normal. Pero pues, así es el acento boricua. I'm not being sassy all the time. That's just the way my voice sounds. But speaking of, I guess kind of insults, there's a song called bichillar, which is a compound word from the words bicha and yal. So bicha is just like the Spanishized. I don't know if there's a like Spanish equivalent to the word, like to anglicize something, which means to make it into English. But this is when you take a word in English and you turn it into Spanish. It's super common in like Puerto Rican Spanish, just because, you know, the years of colonization have made English obviously come into the like our daily vocabulary, but a lot of people don't really speak it very often, so we've just taken words in English and given them like, we just pronounce them in a Spanish accent essentially. Like, oh, beachy is just like a mispronunciation of the word bitchy, so I don't have to explain that one to you. I think you get it. And then yal is a girl not being exactly classy, but then bichillar is like, essentially it's like the high class version of that girl. So she's kind of like a girl who grew up in the city, who probably went to like a private Catholic school, and you know, she likes the finer things in life, but she still enjoys listening to like reggaeton and like being in that type of like environment, I guess. Another word that is essential for you to know if you ever want to travel to Puerto Rico, if you ever like want to sound Puerto Rican, is the word pichea. That's going to come up a lot in Bad Bunny songs. I can't think of like a direct example right now, but I just know it does, and it's still generally just a word that if you want to sound more Hispanic, well, no, if you want to sound more Puerto Rican, you got to know this word, because it is such a common word to use, and it just means like forget about it. So it comes from like baseball, like, you know, pitch ball. So it's kind of like you throw it and you do that same motion where you're like, forget about it, like don't worry about it. So that's the word bichea. And yeah, bichea, bichar, bicher. You'll see lots of variations, conjugations I should say, of this word, but essentially it's just a very, very common expression to just either tell someone to forget about something, or to say like, oh, this person like is always ignoring me. There, when you're trying to get someone to understand something and you've repeated yourself like 15,000 times and they're still kind of like, huh, that's usually when in exasperation you just be like, pichea, like bye, olvídate. If you get ghosted, just be like, whatever, like él es un pitcher anyway, like why would I want to talk to him? What a loser. You know what else you need to know? If you want to be Puerto Rican, if you want to really get into the culture, you gotta know the word papelón. Papelón doesn't really, I don't think it comes up in any of his songs. It literally means like big paper, but it's like when somebody like makes a huge scene, but like like you get offhand embarrassment, like offhand, secondhand, that's the expression. You get secondhand embarrassment from like this person. So they'll be like super dramatic and making a scene and everyone's just staring and like, what the heck is wrong with this person? And that is what we call a papelón. So like, imagine that you are, I don't know, you're out eating with friends and this girl gets broken up with in the restaurant, and instead of like handling it classily, instead of just being like, oh ouch, but like we're in public so I'm not gonna like make a huge scene, she stands up and she's like, oh my god, like I was always cheating on you anyway, and I never loved you, and like, you're not even good in bed or something. So yeah, and that, when, you know, you're sitting on the table like next to them, you'd be like, anda pal que papelón. Like, oh my God, like, I can't believe she's making such a scene in public, because it's cringy and it's embarrassing, and you're just like, why would you do that? Please stop, ma'am. We all want you to stop. You know, now that this girl has been broken up with, though, now that she was kind of like super jal, and she made a huge papelón at like Olive Garden, she needs to, she's out on the market again, and people know, and she's like, she's dura, which means like she's hot, which is another word. And people are just trying to hit on her, right? She's out in the club or wherever, and somebody goes up to her, and they're out here with their labia. Like, for example, in Bad Bunny's song that says, yo no voy con labia, no, tú sabías lo que había, baby. With Daddy Yankee, you know the song? It's a good song. Labia, I mean, he's saying that like he doesn't go up with, like, he doesn't walk up to a girl with that, because like, ew, cringe, but also because, you know, he's not looking for anything serious. But anyway, you're single and you had your huge breakdown at the Olive Garden, and now you're looking for somebody new, kind of, but not really. Like, you're just trying to have fun, and this dude just comes up to you with his labia, but you know, he has labia monga, which is like he's not good at picking up girls. He doesn't have a good pickup line, or he doesn't have like that finesse. He doesn't know how to like speak to a girl without it being like, you know what I mean? You know the type. If a guy comes up to you and he's trying to chat you up, you can be like, no me vengas con esa labia. Like, don't even try. Like, those lines are not gonna work on me, so keep on dreaming, buddy boy. But you know, that sounds ridiculous and stupid the way I just said it. So if you can just be like, no me vengas con labia, papa, porque no estamos pa eso, then he'll be like, what? But he also won't be entirely offended, so he won't try to like hurt you, because he has no idea what you're saying. So you can just be like, mira why, and he'll still be trying to process. He's like Google translating what you just said, and by the time he figures it out, you're like gone, you're halfway gone. So, you know, protect yourself. Use your Bad Bunny speech as a way to protect yourself from creepy men. That's a PSA, apparently. The real PSA should be, men, don't be creepy. It's gross, unattractive, and nobody wants that shit. Moving on. Let's say, you know, you're out with your friends, but, you know, calling it like your squad is so like basic, and it's not even cool anymore. Like, nobody goes like, oh my God, my squad. Actually, I think people still do, but it's kind of cheesy, and you don't want to say that, because you and your friends are cool, and you're not like, oh my God, a squad goals. You can use the word corillo, which, I mean, I'd say it's gender neutral. Other people would disagree, but it's basically like you and your crew of friends. In the song Casi Soltera, Bad Bunny he says, ella está casi soltera, un corillo de bandolera, tienen perreo la noche entera. And yeah, I think that's, I don't know if that's still a word that's like often like super used anymore. I know it used to be popular when I was like in elementary school, maybe. I don't know. It's a word that's been in like the urban language, I guess, the Puerto Rican urban language for a long time. And yeah, I think you'd use it kind of the same way as you'd probably use the word squad. Like, you'd use it more for like a photo caption than like actual conversation. Like, you wouldn't be like, yeah, so me and the squad are doing this. You'd be like, the squad, and you post pictures, so you'd be like, con el corillo or whatever. Yeah, so use that for your Insta captions when you're out there being your bad self. You gotta post like you're bad, girl. You can't be like, squad, You gotta be like, Corillo, okay? Like, it's cool, we cool. I got an important word that y'all need to know. And it's the word zafaera, which there's a whole like mess going on with like, I think it's Latin American Spotify or something. They took that song down supposedly for plagiarism, but it's one of those weird things, like, because the guy who made the beat gave the beat to 2 people, but like that happens all the time. Because like, I know there's Halo by Beyonce and what's the Kelly Clarkson song? There's a Kelly Clarkson song and it's the same beat, because I think it was Ryan Tedder from One Republic. He like made the song and gave it to both of them, but they both made different songs. Which honestly then, to that extent, like, unless I would say, like, I don't understand the big deal unless the producer made a big deal out of it, because as long as the lyrics are different, like as long as it's not literally the same song, I don't think it should be as big of an issue as they've made it. Because if the producer gave the beat to both of them and both of them wrote completely different songs, then I don't understand why we gotta make like this huge deal and be like, but the song was this person's first, but then now it's mine, but then blah blah blah. And it's like, stop, just don't take the song off. And that was a whole other controversy. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about was the word zafaera. Some things are so like sometimes, you know, like when you know what a word is, but you don't know how to explain it. That's how I feel about this word. So according to this website, zafaera is a Puerto Rican term that comes from zafarse, which is like to get out of doing something. But instead, zafaera is more like when you're just acting without like inhibitions. So when you're just kind of like impulsively doing things, you're kind of, it's like a close relative to algarete. Algarete is like when you're just doing stuff and being stupid and everyone's like, está algarete, like he's crazy. I don't even know why he's doing the things that he's doing, but he's doing them and somebody's got to tell him to stop. That's kind of what zafaera is. Zafaera is more like you're shameless, but not necessarily in a bad way. Like behaving without worrying about what other people are gonna say about you. So now you know. Now you don't have to be like, what the heck is zafaera? How would an American pronounce that word? Zafaera? I don't know how you'd say that. Leave it in the comments. Tell me in the comments how you think that word is pronounced. Yo siempre quise ser bichote. Yo siempre quise ser bichote. Yo siempre quise ser bichote. Yeah. Anyway, that's one of my favorite songs from that album, actually. And I had a philosophical discussion with my sister about this song, because she was like, I don't know, because whatever. Because this word, like bichote, literally means like a drug dealer, in the sense that it's used in this song is just kind of like being the best, like being top dog at whatever it is you do. So the song is just kind of like, you know, all my life people were telling me, oh, you should become this, you should become that, or whatever, but I always knew that like I was gonna go down this path and I was gonna be the best. Look, what I'm trying to say is that anytime you want to like feel yourself and feel empowered, you should listen to that song and be like, I always knew I was gonna be the best, and then you're gonna be like, yeah, I can go conquer the world. And there's another word that is essential if you're feeling yourself, if you're trying to be like, yes, I'm my best self, I woke up like this, like just feeling amazing, and that's the word. Jesus Christ, we sing, nobody was talking to you. Go away, go away. Anyway, as we seen just said, it's the word piquete. Piquete is like swag, like flow, but it's not as like lame as that. Like it doesn't sound as lame, you know what I mean? It's like a way, it's more like a state of being than an actual like style, I guess. Because, you know, you can be like, oh, I got my swag on, because you're like a hype beast and you're wearing like all these designer things and whatever. Whereas piquete isn't really so much about like what you wear. It's more just like how you carry yourself. Like if you're somebody who has a lot of confidence, you got piquete, you know? And it's a good thing. It's not like a cockiness, I would say. When I think of piquete, I don't think of like guys who are like, I'm so amazing, I'm so hot, like everyone just wants to be with me. Yeah, I was talking about like friends, an important word that you should also know. The word pana, if you listen to Ignorantes, there's, I think it's in Sech's verse. He says like, mami, si tú quieres nos quedamos como pana. Entre tus malas decisiones yo no fui una mala vuelve. You know the word? The part, anyway. Yeah, so pana is like friend. And in that same, well, not exactly that same vein, because this is a little bit more into the romance zone. But if you know the song Qué malo que te dejaste, he says like, Qué malo que te dejaste del gatito que tenía, porque a mí me gustaba darte, sabiendo que no era mía y era de él. And there's another song, I don't remember which one it is, but he says like the expression Hebo. So that's like, they're like someone's boyfriend who's not really like, well, gato is closer to like somebody actually being their boyfriend. But jevito is like, okay, so this is like the hierarchy of relationships. There's like your friend, like just friends, amigo. Then there's amiguito, which is kind of like you're starting to talk, but nothing is set in stone yet. Then there's your jevo or jevito, which is like you're talking and it's kind of formal, but you're not boyfriend and girlfriend yet. And then it's like your novio. Complicated, annoying, unnecessary. I don't make the rules. That's just what it is. So on, I guess, the opposite spectrum, if you have somebody who's like not your biggest fan, is salty about, I guess, your existence, basically. Like everything you do, they're just kind of like, ugh, so annoying, this person, blah, blah, blah. Or like, you'll post something and they'll be like, oh my god, why are you like talking about me? And then like you're actually not, but they just got mad anyway. A good expression present in Bad Bunny's songs and very common in, you know, Puerto Rican slang is to say that they're mordido or mordida, which, I mean, it literally translates to like being bitten, but it just means like it's just kind of like when somebody just gets salty about something, even though you're not actually talking about them. So it's then kind of awkward because, you know, you're like, you just kind of called your own self out because like no one was talking about you, but then you got super mad about it. So then it's kind of like, well, if you're mad, it's probably because you do on a certain level think it does apply to you. But that can easily be confused with the idea of estar picado, which is not the same thing. So like if you read something and you get mad about it, you get salty about it, like somebody can be like, oh, like te picaste, like what's your problem, like why are you so upset? Versus if you are picao, it's more like, it's like tipsy, like you've had one drink too many and you're like in your happy little cloud of intoxication. You're not intoxicated yet, but yeah, so that's an important distinction to make, because I think actually in different songs Bad Bunny uses both, and it's very easy if you're not familiar with those expressions to think that they're actually the same thing, but they are not. So picarse, getting mad about something; estar picao, you're a bit tipsy. All right, guys, so here is our final Bad Bunny inspired look. I know the eye isn't great, but I tried. I did better on like my wrist. But anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment letting me know which one is your favorite Puerto Rican slang Bad Bunny word. And make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know every time I upload on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I will see you guys next time.